divide and conquer, separation, isolation. That is the order of the day for those that want to control this human world, that want to control this construct. We as humanity are so powerful. When we come together and we unify and we synchronize, when we realize that there is no black or white, there is no rich or poor, there is no this human being and that human being, there is no religion with different books. All of this stuff is part of the game of separation and isolation. When you look into the eyes of another human being, you realize that we're all the same. When you go beyond the physical form and you go deep into the eyes, the gateway to the soul, you realize that every single human being is the same. We're frequency, light, we're code, we're information, we are geometry, we are love, we are powerful. And when we go beyond the mask, when we go beyond the false identity, and we tune in to the multidimensional, metaphysical, light-encoded components of who and what we truly are, we realize that there is no judgment, there's only acceptance, and acceptance is the highest form of love. So when we accept each other, and we go beyond our own programming of fear, guilt, these programs that we run, these programs that our biological computer, our human brain, our human body are uploading and downloading all the time, we set ourselves free. When people come into our group healings, we explain to everybody that we're like a great big jigsaw puzzle, and every single human being that steps into that environment brings a very specific code, a very unique piece of the puzzle. And when you bring all of those pieces of the puzzle together and you create this master puzzle in wholeness, what happens is a master code, a master frequency is created. And when you get a group of humans in a space, it's highly likely that that group of humans will ever be in that space again together. So it's a glorious, beautiful, magical opportunity. And that piece of code gets grounded into the earth's grids and sent through the crystalline grids, and the trees absorb these codes. They bring them up through their trunks and send them out through their branches and spread this beautiful, magical essence throughout our human environment. And other human beings connect to that. And we start to resynthesize and alchemize and recalibrate, and more of the puzzle fits together. There's always this mathematical exchange of light and information on a deeper level that so many people are unaware of. The thing is, many, many years ago, when our gene code was down-regulated, we had the worship codes uploaded into our biological computer. And that's why it's very difficult for human beings to not want to worship. And it's why it's very easy for the church, for example, to get human beings and get them to worship Jesus Christ, our Savior, who isn't really our Savior. Jesus knew that we are all powerful, that we are all knowing, and that we all came from this original creative essence, source, God intelligence. And Jesus told everybody that we're powerful, and everything he can do, we can do. And it's true. No one is above or below anyone else. We are all cut from the same cloth. All sentient beings with souls are anyway, cut from the very same cloth. And when you go deep into your consciousness, you can connect to this worship gene, this worship code, and you can extract it. You can rewrite your own biological computer code. You can rewrite your own program. Say, for example, you're a human being that feels jealous. Next time you feel jealous, you can stop, breathe, feel the feelings of the jealousy, and then shine light upon the jealousy and ask, where did this jealousy come from? And then next time you're jealous, you can stop, and instead of feeling the jealousy and allowing the jealousy to take control of your mind, body, and soul, and take you into your programming and send you on a dark and treacherous, chaotic path of jealousy, where you go deeper and deeper into the chaos of the jealousy, you can shine light on it and stop. And instead of feeling that jealousy, you can change your thoughts, you can change your emotions. And as you do that, you break down the program. You rewrite the code in your own biological computer by breaking the program when it's in the flow. When you keep breaking the program when it's in the flow, the program falls apart. When you're in your heart and the program's trying to run inside your mind, inside your body, but you switch to that heart frequency and you create space, the programming dissolves, because the programming can only exist in the future and the past. When you're in your heart space, there is no programming, because to be in the heart, you have to be in the present moment, right here, right now. So again, you bust apart the program. When you feel yourself tipping into the program and you start to shine lights on it and you amplify those levels of self-awareness, you've got to be a crazy human being to carry on down that road. Like Einstein used to say, trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the first sign of madness. If you feel the programming kicking in and you go down that road with the programming, you're never going to break it. You've got to change direction, change your thoughts, change your emotions, and again you break down the programming. Talk positively to yourself. When you talk negatively to yourself and you run the programs, you're just exacerbating the program, and you're wiring it and encoding the program deeper into your system, deep into your DNA, which is computer code. Your DNA can store 35 million hours of high definition video on it, 35,000 terabytes of data. That's a lot of programming. Now you can make sure that all the programming that's on your DNA is positive programming, but you got to put the effort in to make the choice and make the decision to be present and still, to bring the light and shine the light and amplify the levels of self-awareness so you can catch yourself in the moment. Some people use affirmations. One thing we do in the Star Magic Tribe, every morning when we wake, we chant this to ourselves. I am a child of diamond fire. I am the purity that Source requires. And we say it with emotion and conviction, and we say it 111 times. You see, the new 6-dimensional grid structures around planet Earth, they are geometrical but fluid and in motion, made from fluid, bendy, equilateral triangles. And there are 3 sets of these triangles. 3 times 111 is 333, which brings in the 3 code, the 6 code, and the 9 code. When you chant, I am a child of diamond fire, I am the purity that Source requires, and you feel this, there's a small 6-dimensional grid structure around your body which plugs in to the 6-dimensional grid structures around the Earth. You start to see diamond flames, microscopic in every cell in your body, and you start to supercharge, and at the same time you activate the divine spark, the God spark, which is a multi-dimensional Merkaba field which plugs you into Source through the Aramatena gateway in the cradle of Lyra up into the God worlds, and you download that source code, the original frequency, the original codex that created you and me and planets and stars and galaxies and universes and multiverses. When you're plugged into this God spark, into this diamond spark, into this divine spark, your life will never be the same, and you can shred that worship code, shred those isolation codes, and you can become a brand new activated superhuman. Return into your former glory. It's a choice, beautiful soul. We as humans have to break down the isolation. Some people tip into isolation because they feel safe in the isolation. It's better the devil you know than better the devil you don't. When you move into unknown territory and it's new, it feels uncomfortable. When things break down in your life, often it's because something is better is on the other side, but people go into fear and they cling. They stick their nails into the riverbank and the water's running really fast. But they cling and they dig and their nails get ripped out and it's painful. Those that let go of the riverbank and flow with the river, flow with the stream, flow with the tide, and go off the waterfall into another lagoon or another piece of the river down below, they're the ones that expand. They flow with trust. They flow with zero fear, they flow in love. So you gotta make a choice. Where do you wanna be in this reality? Do you wanna stay isolated, or do you wanna unify with your sisters and brothers? Become a superhuman. When we as superhumans activate and then come together in groups and tribes of superhumans, there's no stopping us. A lot of the programming comes through into our system through our RNA. A lot of ancestral trauma. It's stored in the DNA. The DNA is amazing. It's like software. It's also like a server. It transports information, it uploads and downloads, it shares it. At the same time, it can store it. And you get to choose what you want to encode your own DNA with. But first of all, you've got to go beyond the isolation, go beyond the separation, move into that state of wholeness, merging dark and light in the 0 point, activating that number 13 code, getting your multi-dimensional Merkaba field spinning, plugging it into those God world frequencies, into those 13 transmission centers that run through your central column, plugging into the stargates, plugging into your DNA strands. It's a process of activation that plugs you into Mother Earth's crystalline reservoir, into the grids in the stars, the God worlds, the grand central sun. The magnetic energy flows up and the electrical masculine male energy flows down. And when they move through your central channel, they merge into wholeness. And that Kundalini frequency, those two spirals become one. The feminine magnetic energy supports the electrical energy going up your body. There's not two spirals flowing up. The two snakes that you often see in diagrams, it's a false encodement. We've got to know the truth, that false Kundalini. Let's activate the one. Let's be the one. Let's be whole. That's when you step into wholeness and access your superhuman potential and access that supersonic firepower that lies in every cell in your body. You got planets and stars in your cells. You can tap that frequency, tap that energy, and bring it into this space right now. It's a choice, but unless you understand the game, you're never going to be able to make that choice. So start meditating. Dive into the labyrinth of your cosmic heart. Go beyond, deep into the stargate of your heart, and journey out into the universe and explore. And you'll realize that this whole vast universe is inside of you. You are an extension of the universe, and the universe is an extension of you. You're one of the same. And we are all connected like a great big jigsaw puzzle. One organism. And we must work together, vibrate together, feel together, think together. Be in harmony together. Building communities. Healing those past life traumas. Absorbing pieces of our soul back into this now space. When the Annunaki came to planet Earth in the Garden of Eden, when they changed our DNA code, they inserted control mechanisms. And so many humans are still sharing those control mechanisms. Just like our 7 chakras. Why do you think they're like 2 ice cream cones, big at one end on the outside and small in the middle? The 2 small ends connect. That's where the emotional trauma gets stuck. We need to break down those BS chakra systems and bring online our multidimensional chakras, what we call transmission centers, which control the ebb and flow of data from the stars to the earth and from the earth to the stars through your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. We must remember how to control our emotional state. It's okay to feel things. It's okay to get emotional, but when you're in that emotional state which isn't conducive to your own vibrational harmonics and the evolvement of you through your human evolution, you got to stop it, crush it, dismantle it, and recondition it, recalibrate it, make different choices in the moment. Working, living from that divine spark in the center of your chest, in the center of that stargate of the heart is the key. Breathing deeply is mission critical. When you breathe deeply, you create space between you and your external environment. When you're thinking all the time, there's a 0.25 second window between stimulus and response, and that's why react. And that's why it's easy to tip into the program. But when you breathe deeply, you can override the program. So you've got to start making better choices. You've got to start living from a higher sense of self-awareness. And you got to realize that judgment is fatal. Isolation is dangerous, but acceptance and unification are the divine keys to a better, more expanded, higher consciousness humanity. So what are you going to do, beautiful soul? What choices are you going to make? What road are you going to travel down? Because nobody can do it for you. It's something that you have to embark on yourself. And when you do, the program's going to try and strangle you. The program's going to kick in even harder. So you've got to be ruthless in your approach. You've got to be in a space where you realize that you are the most important human being, because other people are going to come into your reality and try and guilt trip you. They're going to try and push those isolation buttons Push those fear and those guilt buttons. Push those abandonment buttons, those rejection buttons. And you've got to laugh, you've got to smile, and you've got to choose freedom, sovereignty, divinity, unity, and set yourself free. It's a choice, beautiful soul. Wherever you are on this planet, go out into the world and love your sisters and your brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never, ever, ever be the first to let go. It's the golden rule of hugging. Hugging is such a beautiful medicine, but so many people neglect it. We see sometimes in our trainings and group healings, we get people to hug, and they hug like that, like away from each other instead of bringing them in and embracing. So many people are taught that hugging is not what we should be doing. Hugging feels weird. No, hugging is magical. When you hug, you increase those nitric oxide levels. The arteries open, the blood pumps into the heart, the level of oxytocin goes up. The heart swells and the love flows. Love is the most powerful, measurable force in the universe. So be it. Accept it, know it, trust it, and love the fuck out of your sisters and brothers. Love them deeply, fiercely, ferociously. And I will see you again real soon. We're sisters and brothers. Remember to check out our website, starmagichealing.org. We got some of the best ascension tools on the planet, beautiful soul. You can come and train with us. We will share the star magic frequency, all the keys and the codes, so you can move through this ascension gateway in the most formidable fashion, with ease and with grace, keeping your vibration sky high, so that you become indestructible, unshakable, unfuckwithable. One love, one heart, one human family. Go and check out our multidimensional tools, Inside Infinity, at starmagichealing.org. Get access right now free for 7 days to hundreds of meditations, cosmic yoga videos, high frequency nutrition, light codes, mystery school teachings, frequency spas, meditations, activations, ascension protocols to keep you in that love state, in that flow state, where you're empowered like a lion, like a lioness, a warrior god, a warrior goddess, an alchemist. I love you so much. I will see you again real soon. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Play this human game by your own rules. Accept and unify. Synchronize. Be a piece of the puzzle that comes together with the other puzzle pieces. I love you so much. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out, beautiful soul. Let's do this.